Hello and welcome to the Evelyn Rose Quilt Shop. I'm your host Kayla. My hair is a crazy mess. I got caught in the rain. That's not great. Okay, anyway, today is the third day of shopping at the All Missouri Shop Hop, and today we covered most of the Northeast region. We didn't make it to two shops, and partly because we had to stop and eat, but that was quick. But we probably could have done them if we didn't eat, but that last one would have been touch and go. We weren't expecting to get through all of them. It would have been really cool if we did, but we got through eight shops. Normally, we get through like five or six if we're lucky. We got through 8. I love this region because the majority of the shops are in a straight line on one highway. We did have to go up to here. If we didn't have to go up to here today, we would have gotten them all. That being said, I really like that shop, and that's also where we ate lunch, and it was really good. I'll go back to that restaurant. Anyway, Mi Casa, right by the quilt shop that was up there. Highly recommend. Excellent chips and salsa, and good food too. And the waitstaff was very nice. Anyway, on to the show. Yes? So I went with specific things in mind that I was allowed to buy, hoping that if I had some focused ideas, it might help me not just buy things that I like. Did it work? Yes and no. So the first thing I focused on was I took this panel up that I got the last time we went and the pattern, so I knew what to get. And I wanted to find the fabrics to complete this pattern so that I could make this quilt, because I felt if I didn't get the fabric now, I probably will never get the fabric and it will never get made. So this was my first priority. I did take three other patterns that I was allowed to search for. Let's see, I'm gonna open this up because the other side is light and this side is dark. I feel like, can I do that? Maybe, does that, okay. Give me a second, I'm gonna try to figure this out. Okay, kinda works, kinda doesn't. It's a little more in focus if I move back. Yeah, there you can see it. I feel like you're not seeing a lot of the colors. I'm afraid to pull it down. Stay, don't move. Okay. Anyway, the first shop we went to is, I gotta find it, number 2, Cuts and Bolts of Fabric in Chillicothe. So, in case you're wondering, we left my grandma's at 5 a.m. We were on the road, obviously with our little stops. We were gone. We got back to grandma's house and it was almost, not quite, 14 hours later. I'm tired, guys. I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Please excuse the most likely lack of complete and intelligible sentences that come out of my mouth. I get not good with language when I'm tired. Anyway, so first stop, Cuts and Bolts Fabric in Chillicothe. We've been to most of these before, and we liked this one before. It looks like this tiny little shop, but it goes on forever. Maybe not forever, but it's bigger than it looks, and that was their logo the very first year when we first went there. So I got in their little quilt box and they said that, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're not wrong, it's bigger than it looks. Anyway, focus might be hard today. We're gonna try it. Here's the card that she gave out. It says, quilts are like family. Sometimes they make you angry. And that's accurate. I think I have one in timeout right now. Not because I got angry at it, but I got bored. I got bored with it. It was the same thing over and over. So anyway, I found this fabric there, and there's this perfect match right there. It does not get better than this perfect match. Well, now you can't really tell. Oh no, you're gonna fall. Can you see it? No, well, we're just gonna take it down. Right there, absolute perfection. So I got this. Plus, I love this color. I got this for this gray, brownish gray border, greenish border, and the binding. So I have extra. And then it was the end of the bolt, so I have extra. Because it was whatever I needed, I rounded up to the next quarter because it was like at a quarter, so I made it a half. And then she had another quarter, so I took that at a discount. So I have plenty. So what I then considered in doing is the inner border and the most outer border with this in between, because this color shows it more on the light side. If I can find it. Anyway, it's nice and bright. It's in there. There it is, like right in the middle. Okay, so this works and I like it. It's brighter than I was planning. And so when I got in the car and we were driving to the next location, which was only 16 minutes away, I like it. I like it. It's not what I was picturing in my mind that I wanted to do with this panel. But it'll work, right? It definitely will work. Good news, these are standards. I can use them on other things. Because at the next shop, which, where was it? Let's see, number 8 was in Wheeling at the Quilt Shop. I did not get a picture of this one. I forgot. I need people to remind me to take pictures when I get out of the car. My grandma did a very good job of reminding me this time. My niece was on top of it last time. Anyway, or the first time. Anyway, I forgot to snap a picture of this one. I don't recall there being a sign on the building. I will say it was like their house and then like a metal barn or metal, garage barn that they converted into their quilting space and their quilt shop. She did say it's a hobby for her. It's a hobby shop. She had some great prices. She wants to make room for new fabric, so every fabric was $7 a yard. I think you have to buy at least a yard. I don't remember, maybe not. But anyway, $7 a yard. And I found some good ones. First of all, let's do her card. There it is. I like those colors. Quilting is like gardening. Sow some seeds, up the weeds, bless the harvest. That's a nice one. Okay, back to our panel. There it is. First one I saw was this beauty. This is really hard to show. But anyway, the first one I saw is this one. And then right next to it was this one. And I thought that went great too. And then, so this is probably the second border and the third border. And for the first border is this one here. I can't remember if I got extra for the binding or not. I can't remember if I did. I might have. If I did, it's probably this one. Or this one. Because I like it the most. I don't think I did. I don't think I got binding. That's okay. Because if I might just piece it together. I might find something else. I don't really know. I could just use this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not too worried about it. I like the look of those together. I did put them all out on the floor when I got to Grandma's house to really look at it and see which ones we liked, and I think it was pretty much a unanimous decision to go with the purple. So, where did we go next? That would be Brookfield. So there's 2 stores in Brookfield. First, we went to Huffmeyer's Fine Pines. I believe she also sells Christmas trees. This is another one. It's a barn behind her house. I did get a picture. We've been to this one before. We like it. I think so far, we didn't go to Wheeling before. That was new to the list, or to us. Excuse me. And, but yeah, we liked Huffmeyer's. Here's her card. I'm so glad to have you in my block of friends. Oh, that's cute. Cool. I have not read any of these cards yet, so it's a surprise to me too. Anyway, she had a lot of sales, which is great. My hair, my goodness, it's a giant frizz bowl because I was in the rain. Focus, okay. she had a bunch of sales. If it was a 1 yard cut that was folded into a triangle, like pre-cut, it was on sale for $7.99. And if you bought 5 or more, it was $6.99. And if you bought like 10 or more, it was $5.99. So she said she had one lady who bought like 56 yards or so, or 52. It was 52 of those triangles. And I was like, dang, but it makes sense. It's like half off. So anyway, I did not buy any of those, but I did see this baby bolt. It's 2 yards, and it was normally the 2 yards is priced at $13.98, which is already a sale, but it was marked down to $9.99. How on earth could I pass this up? 2 yards of this lovely fabric for $9.99. What am I going to use it for? I don't know. A bag? A quilt? I don't know. But it was it's worth finding out, and it's a good neutral, so it's not going to go to waste. She had a lot of Kansas Troubles, so if you're a Kansas Troubles fan, you're going to love it. She also had a lot of the homespun line, which I do like. To me, it looks like men's shirts, like old men's shirts. Not like old man, but, you know, not like the modern shirts. Button-downs? I don't know. Anyway, I did not buy any of those because I'm trying real hard not to spend a lot of money. And we're at this 3rd store, and I've already bought something at all 3 stores. So I didn't buy any of those. She also had, what is it, the 30s or 20s reproduction. I can't think of the line, but it's real cute. She had quite a bit of those, and I think my mom almost bought a kit of that. I almost bought a Christmas kit that was like a little table runner, but I didn't. She writes a lot of her own patterns. I did get this kit. Oh, this is some of the homespun. Let's take this out real quick. This is a table runner. This is my mom's birthday present. Unless I put it together for her, then it's her Christmas present, because I don't have time between now and her birthday. But it's real cute. It's little log cabins inside barns with trees. It doesn't get any cuter than that. She also told us about this quilt she made using these blocks, and it was very intricate. But here is, like, this is the homespun fabric. See, it looks like shirting. Then we have some green. Let me spread it out a little bit because it's all rolled up together. Some tan, some green, and some brown. This is marked as the tree, in case you're wondering. This is, oh, there's more in here. Oh, that makes sense. It's marked as the barn. So there's some red, some black and red, some more of that tan, some of this vintage floral. That kind of looks like, I don't know if it is, but it kind of looks like it could be Kansas Troubles. Yeah, so that's the barn. Everything's pre-cut and very nicely labeled. There's the log cabin. So we have the red center, this tan, and this brown, and that brown. I think that's it. Oh, here's some other little pieces. Another little tan in there. Oops. I'm trying not to get it all messed up because it's not for me. And what is this? This is the barn. Maybe the silo. Because this all looks like just, yeah, it's all this fabric here. So I'm going to say it's the silos. And then, well, yeah, because the other part of the barn is the, okay. Makes more sense. And here is the red. That will be the binding. This is marked as binding. So yeah, we've got the log cabin inside the barn. There's the trees with the trunk. And they look like tan trees. Where'd that green come in? I don't know. That's not for me to figure out unless I put it together. Anyway, very cute. And I'll put that back in the bag in a little bit. And she was super nice, and she gave all of us, each of us, this pattern for free, which I think is super cute. It's all the Seasons at Fine Pines. It's one that she wrote. So we got a tree of pumpkin flowers and of course the 4th of July flag star. And it's, you know, assorted scraps to make the blocks, plus the binding border and sashing and binding. I already showed her card. Okay, so then we went to the other Brookfield store, which is called, where are you? Not that one. Fabric Chateau. Chateau? Yes, Fabric Chateau. This is more in the downtown area of Brookfield, where all the older storefronts are. So handmade with love. And I resisted buying things because I was already feeling like I've spent too much. I've spent maybe not too much. I've spent all I need to spend for the day. And so she did have some cute stuff. I didn't know what I was going to do with the cute stuff I would have bought there. So I managed to somehow escape without buying anything. I did good, guys. And then we drove up to Kirksville, which has for Sewn at 701 is the name of the store. That's what I got. Okay. This one, because remember, I'm already done. I'm done buying. Done. Famous last words. Here's their card. It says, every day is a great day. Happy sewing. First thing, like right when I walk in the door, first of all, they have a lovely quilt. And if that had been a kit, I probably would have bought the kit. It was so, so cute. They had the pattern, they had the fabric. My brain at this point was not, well, I was hungry for one. I didn't want to sit there and figure out the fabrics for each spot. So I didn't get that one. But I did find a pattern that I have been wanting for a long time and looking for, and everybody seems to be out. And it's this pattern here. What is it called? It's by Lella Batik, and it's called Flutter. I wanted this pattern because I was looking for a good butterfly pattern, and I liked how this A was not put it on top and then you sew it on. Guys, come on. You know the word. I know the word. It's just not happening. It's pieced. And it's not too complicated or too much work. So I've been wanting this. I think my great, it's probably just my great, but it could have been my great-great-grandma, made a quilt that was butterfly, and it looks like it was all like paper piecing type work. I don't know if it was or not. By the time it got to me, it was very well worn, and so it was turned into pillows by my grandma. My son, like when she passed, there was a bunch of pillows that she had made from old quilts, and so my kids and all the other cousins got to pick some if they wanted some. And my son picked the butterfly. And one side was already showing a lot of wear, and one side was good. But now it's like barely just the seams are there. That's about it. So I knew I'm never going to find a pattern for that. She probably just did it on her own. But I liked this one because it was a little more intricate than some of the other ones, but still very, very easy and also very cute. It's fat eighths, and I didn't feel like having them cut a bunch of fat eighths. They were kind of busy, and they didn't have fat eighths pre-cut. So that's going to be something that I, down the line, just kind of gather. They don't all have to be coordinating like in the picture. What if it was just like, this butterfly is coordinated from my already there stash of fat quarters that I could use? You know, have a couple coordinating butterflies. And I can make it bigger. That's totally fine. I just need 20 inches of usable width per print, which means a quarter yard work? Probably. I'll figure that out later. That's not going to work. I mean, my brain's not going to work to try to figure that out right now. Now, I did fall, that quilt I talked about when I first walked in, I fell in line. I told you this was going to happen. I fell in love with that fabric line. It's a newer one. I haven't seen it yet. They did say they just got it in. And it was stunning. Very bright, very bold, very happy. And I couldn't walk away from it. And I also couldn't like pick out 3 fabrics for a 3-yard quilt. My brain couldn't think, hey, maybe you want 5 for a 5-yard quilt. I don't think I ever got to that point until just now. It's one of those fabric lines that I wanted all of it. And that's just not really feasible unless you get a pack. Well, I had put those 3 patterns in the bag in case I needed some focus, right? That way, if I found something, I could actually get everything I need and not just, well, I know this takes a layer cake or a fat quarter bundle and then missing the border stuff. So the pattern I went out to the car and got was this one. It's the Carpenter Star by Missouri Star. Jenny's Easy Carpenter Star. It takes a layer cake. I first bought this one thinking, oh, that's going to be such a cute wall hanging, thinking it's like, 20 by 20, maybe a little bigger. Then I got home and was reading the requirements and I was like, quilt size, 83 by 83. That's not a wall hanging. That's a bedspread. Anyway, I still really like the pattern. And I finally found the perfect fabric to make this in. Now, granted, the fabric they used is very pretty, but so cute, so bright, so fun. This is Parlor by Crystal Manning and Moda is the, let's see if I can shimmy this down. No, is there a good corner to flip? Let me do this one. Oh, maybe, there we go. That's the same. I fought hard for that same print. That one, pretty. Like how, so far, like you can't, how do you pick one to get rid of? Oh, that's pretty. I didn't see that one before. Okay, that probably would have been one I'd skipped, but it looks really well with this, so I probably would have been sad that I skipped it. This one's gorgeous. Why is that not on the front? That's gorgeous. I can't tell if that's the same one or that's just, it might be the same, just this section that's different. Lovely green. Another green. I wonder. I don't think I have a project box open available. This is going to be so fast to make, I'll probably make it. Do I have time tomorrow? I might. I might have time tomorrow. I'm going to show you that one close because you can't see the detail. Isn't that cute? That one's pretty. That one's lovely. I love those colors. Plainish purple. Smaller print. Look at this one. Oh, that's so pretty. Like, I seriously could not even pick one if I wanted to do a bag or a bag and a lining. I could not have picked it. There's that same there, triangle or diamond. Those aren't triangles. That one's really pretty. It's got the big flowers too. Look at that one. It's got the big flowers, but that beautiful turquoisey color. That's pretty. And I knew, like, they had a bunch of fat quarters cut, so I could have done the butterflies and just gotten the fat quarters instead of the fat eighths. I wasn't going to stand around and have them cut 24 fat eighths. I don't feel like that's fun for either of us. That is that diamond pattern again. And I think that's the last one. They're all so super pretty. And really, there's maybe 2 that I wouldn't have purchased on their own, but they look so good with this. Okay, so hang on, so I got this, which I just messed that all up, but that's okay. And I got this for the border. I'm going to show you the back side because there it is with the border. So I got this for the border. The lighting's bad now, blocking it all. Anyway, and this for the binding. They almost look good together. It is going to be so cute. So that was my splurge. And I almost put this pattern back when I realized I was buying all that. But I reminded myself I've been waiting for this and wanting this for a very long time. Like multiple years. I couldn't find it. Most people were out of it. And when I did find it online, I didn't buy it because I like the actual printed one. I didn't want the PDF one. And I also didn't want to pay shipping. So anyway, moving on. And then we went down from Kirksville to Macon. And Macon had 2 stores. And at this point, I was feeling very broke. So I didn't want to spend any money. The first store we went to was Macon Quilts and Embroidery. And here's their card here. It says, "Thinking of you." I do like when the cards are a little more, I could send it to anyone, not just a quilt person, or be like, great if you're gifting a quilt type of idea. This is another one where it was like a barn next to the house. And yeah, so he heard us pull up and drove up on his little side-by-side or something like that. And then his wife came later. But anyway, he was very friendly and very nice. It's definitely his wife's shop, but he helps run it quite a bit. And he brought his dog with him, and the dog really liked me because I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and yeah, that makes me almost an instant friend to all dogs. And yes, I did get the 3rd degree when I got home. What did I get there? This is another one where I think there was 3 shops where all 3 of us bought something. And this was one of them. Sewn at 701 was one, and Huffmeyer's was one. What was the other one? I think that's all. So, what did I get? I got this zipper tape. It is metallic kind, like the rainbowy metallic kind. And I've been low on this black of that version, and it's 5 yards, and it has 15 pulls, and there's 3 different styles. So there's I do not need to keep it in this. Okay. Get rid of that. All of the pulls are already on there, which is kind of funny to me. So there are 5 more plain pulls, 5 that look like a lamp tassel, and 5 of the double hearts. I thought those were all cute, and I know you're seeing more of my face than these, but they're all cute, and I like that they're all different. And yeah, so I'll be able to use this. Yeah, that's what I got there. Then we went to Ben Franklin's in Macon, and here's their card. "The best things in life are quilted." Yeah, that is what it says. Okay. That was really good. Ben Franklin's, they had lots of good fabric. I could have walked out of there with a lot of things and been very happy with my purchases. They had some sales on like some Christmas, like pre-cuts, and if it was already off the bolt, like I guess the older fabric, that was a deal. They had some other deals, puzzles, probably some other stuff. I didn't keep the catalog that they thrust upon me. Anyway, they had a lot of good stuff. There was a Christmas charm pack that I almost got. Then there was another Christmas charm pack that I almost got. Then there was some yardage that I almost got that was not Christmas. It's a very old line, but I still love and adore it. and I don't need it. I have some projects already with that, but yeah, I almost got it because I don't have a purse with that fabric, and it would be really cute. I also don't have a 3-yard quilt, which is why they're not done yet. It'd be really cute. Anyway, I did manage to walk out of there with nothing. It was hard. That was hard. Okay. Now, the next one we skipped. We skipped Lentner, which is, what is it? Stitch and Clip Quilting, because we were done with that Ben Franklin at 3:30 and they closed at 3. And that's their shop hop hours. Otherwise, you have to call. Anyway, we're going to try to make it up there another day, possibly a couple days. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to try. But we did skip that and we went ahead to the next Ben Franklin's, which was in where? Monroe City. I also managed to not spend any money there. It also was not easy, but I did it. And here's their card. It says keep calm and quilt on. If I hadn't spent so much in Kirksville, it may have been a different story for at least one of the Ben Franklins. Excuse me. However, I did not resist that. Gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. It's gonna be so pretty. I cannot wait. Anyway, and we also didn't quite make it to Hannibal because they closed at 5, and if we had pushed it to get there, we would have been there right when they were closing, or really, really close. Maybe we'd have made it, maybe we wouldn't have. Too close. So we're gonna go back up because of the other region we were working on, the central, right? South Central region. We have like the northern stores in the South Central region, so it would be really easy to just go up a little further, like another hour and a half or so, up to Hannibal and then over to Lentner and then home. Or the opposite way, because Lentner closes first. We're gonna play it by ear. If we don't finish the regions, it's okay. It's okay, because we're just having fun. Anyway, that is how I spent way too much money today. And yeah, now I have to find homes for all of this. And apparently project boxes. And I'm out. I have not had time to sew, which means my project boxes are still full. 100% full. So yeah, that's it for me for now. And I'll see you next time. Bye.